Most men get this wrong. They think money alone is enough to attract and keep a woman. Flashy cars, expensive dinners, designer clothes, they assume financial stability is the golden ticket to desire. But here's the truth. Money can get attention, but it can't guarantee attraction. Women aren't drawn to the numbers in your bank account. They're drawn to what financial stability represents: discipline, ambition, and the ability to provide security. A broke man with vision and drive is often more attractive than a rich man who's insecure and lost. Why? Because stability isn't just about wealth, it's about mindset. Financial strength signals that you're in control of your life, that you can handle pressure, and that you're a man who builds, not just consumes. That's what women subconsciously respect. In this video, I'll break down the role financial stability really plays in attraction, what matters, what doesn't, and how to make sure money works in your favor without letting it define your value as a man. Point 1. Money shows discipline, not just wealth. The first role financial stability plays in attraction is discipline. Most men think women are impressed by the dollar amount in their bank account. They believe if they just have enough money, women will line up at their door. But what truly draws women in isn't the number, it's what that number represents. Financial stability shows that you can plan, work, and execute consistently over time. It's proof that you're disciplined enough to delay gratification, manage resources, and build something lasting. That discipline is far more attractive than random bursts of spending. Here's the truth. Any man can stumble into money. A lucky break, an inheritance, or even debt-fueled luxury can make someone look rich for a while. But women can sense when it's fake. They see the man who shows off, lives paycheck to paycheck, or drowns in debt just to impress. That doesn't communicate strength, it communicates insecurity. Real stability, on the other hand, shows calm power. It says, I don't just have money, I know how to manage it, protect it, and grow it. That consistency makes her feel safe, not because of what you can buy her, but because of the energy you carry. Psychologically, this taps into women's instinct for security. For thousands of years, women were wired to seek men who could provide stability, not chaos. Even today, that instinct remains. When she sees financial discipline, she sees a man who can handle life's storms without collapsing. That's magnetic. It's not about showering her with gifts, it's about showing you can handle responsibility without crumbling. Most men fail here because they confuse spending with stability. They think flashing money is the same as managing it. But women are smarter than that. She notices when you brag about what you buy, but stress about bills. She notices when you have luxuries, but no foundation. And that inconsistency kills attraction faster than being broke. The stronger move is to let your discipline speak for itself. Build your finances steadily, invest wisely, live within your means, and let your lifestyle reflect control rather than chaos. You don't need to announce it, you simply embody it. And when a woman feels that steadiness, she respects it because it shows you're not just a man with money, you're a man with mastery. Point 2, stability signals security, not flash. The second role financial stability plays in attraction is the sense of security it provides. Notice I said security, not luxury. Most men think women are obsessed with yachts, diamond rings, and designer vacations. But here's the truth. What women really crave is the feeling that life with you won't be chaotic. Financial stability signals that you can provide consistency, not extravagance. It tells her that bills get paid on time, goals are being built, and she won't be dragged into unnecessary drama or instability. Think about it. A man who makes millions but spends recklessly, loses it all in gambling, or drowns in debt, doesn't make a woman feel safe. He makes her feel like she's stepping onto a sinking ship. Meanwhile, a man with moderate income but smart management makes her feel like she can exhale, relax, and trust the future. That's the difference between attraction based on flash and attraction based on true stability. Psychologically, women are wired to value long-term survival over short-term thrills. The man who buys her a flashy handbag today but can't cover rent tomorrow doesn't look attractive. He looks unreliable. The man who builds, saves, and invests steadily shows he can weather storms. And deep down, every woman respects the man who makes her feel safe from chaos. Most men fail here because they think security equals spoiling. They try to buy her attention with expensive dinners, over-the-top gifts, and flashy appearances. But that doesn't make her respect you, it makes her use you. She enjoys the perks while doubting your foundation. Because here's the secret: women are attracted not to what you spend, but to the energy of stability you carry. When you walk calmly, speak with certainty, and live without financial chaos, she feels it. That feeling is priceless. The stronger move is to stop trying to impress with excess. Instead, let your discipline, planning, and reliability do the talking. Show her you're not desperate to prove your worth with money. You already know your worth, and your finances reflect it. That calm assurance is what makes her lean in, because it tells her she's not just with a man who has things, she's with a man who has control. So remember this: money as flash fades fast. Money as security lasts forever. Attraction grows when she feels safe, not when she feels spoiled. Point 3. Wealth reflects ambition, not just comfort. The third role financial stability plays in attraction is that it reflects ambition. Money by itself doesn't make you attractive, but the process of building stability shows a woman the kind of man you are. It shows drive, discipline, and the hunger to create something bigger than yourself. That ambition is magnetic, because women aren't drawn to men who settle for good enough. They're drawn to men who push forward, grow, and refuse to stay stagnant. Here's the truth: a man can survive on comfort, but he'll never inspire respect that way. If you're stuck in the same routine, paycheck to paycheck, with no vision for the future, she feels it. She sees a man who's not building, not striving, not reaching higher, and that doesn't stir attraction, it stirs boredom. But when she sees a man who's moving with purpose, who has goals bigger than today, she feels that energy. She knows she's in the presence of someone who doesn't just live, he builds. Psychologically, ambition signals strength. Women aren't just attracted to what you have, they're attracted to what you're becoming. They want to know you're not content staying the same. That forward momentum is what gives her confidence that life with you won't be stagnant. Even if you're not rich yet, if you're on the path, if you're grinding with focus, she'll respect it. Because women don't just invest in your present, they invest in your trajectory. Most men fail here because they confuse stability with settling. They think as long as they're comfortable, it's enough. But comfort without growth kills attraction. A woman may tolerate a man who never pushes himself, but she won't be inspired by him. And inspiration is a key ingredient in attraction. The stronger move is to align your finances with your mission. Don't just work for survival, work for progress. Build skills, pursue growth, and let your financial habits reflect your ambition. You don't need to flaunt your path. She'll see it in your discipline, in the way you talk about the future, in the confidence you carry. So remember this: financial stability isn't about being rich. It's about proving you're a man who refuses to stay average. Wealth is the byproduct of ambition. And ambition is what makes women look at you and think, this man is going somewhere. I want to be part of that journey. Point 4, stability. Separates men who lead from men who follow. The fourth role financial stability plays in attraction is that it separates leaders from followers. Money itself isn't the point. What matters is what it reveals about how you handle responsibility. A financially stable man proves he can lead his own life. He's not waiting for someone else to rescue him, pay his bills, or make his decisions. He creates structure, sets direction, and moves forward with certainty. That leadership is what makes a woman feel drawn in. Because deep down, women are wired to respect men who can take charge of their world. Here's the truth: women don't want to babysit a man. They don't want to constantly remind him about responsibilities, cover for his mistakes, or drag him out of chaos. A man who can't manage himself financially is a man who shows he can't lead. And if he can't lead himself, how can he lead a relationship, a family, or a future? That lack of direction kills attraction, no matter how charming or good-looking he might be. Psychologically, stability signals authority. When you manage your resources, set goals, and stick to them, you show that you don't live reactively. You live intentionally. That intention is what separates strong men from weak ones. Women may play with followers, but they invest in leaders. They know a leader provides structure, safety, and clarity, while a follower constantly creates uncertainty. Most men fail here because they confuse money with control. They think if they throw cash around, they look powerful. But buying approval isn't leadership, it's bribery. Real leadership doesn't need to prove itself through flash, it proves itself through consistency. A man who quietly manages his finances with strength who makes tough decisions without panic, communicates more confidence than a man who waves money in people's faces. The stronger move is to focus on self-leadership. Make financial decisions that reflect vision, not desperation. Be the man who sets the tone, who doesn't need saving, who carries responsibility without excuses. When a woman feels that energy, she doesn't just see a man, she sees a leader. And that respect is what deepens attraction. So remember this, financial stability isn't just about money, it's about leadership. The man who can lead himself financially proves he can lead in every other area. And that's the kind of man women admire, respect, and never forget. Point 5, stability builds respect, not dependence. The fifth role financial stability plays in attraction is respect. Most men misunderstand this. They think women want money so they can depend on a man to take care of everything. But that's not what truly attracts her. What makes her respect you is when your financial stability shows that you are dependable without being controlling, secure without being needy, and capable without being boastful. Respect grows not because she relies on you for survival, but because she knows you can stand strong on your own. Here's the truth. A woman may enjoy being spoiled, but what truly captures her admiration is a man she can't manipulate with money. If you use money as a weapon, constantly reminding her of what you provide or holding it over her head, you look insecure. That's not stability. That's control disguised as generosity. On the other hand, if your finances are steady and you don't flaunt or force them, she respects it. She sees a man who doesn't need her approval, who doesn't beg for gratitude. He simply provides value because that's who he is. That steadiness builds lasting attraction. Psychologically, this taps into the principle of self-sufficiency. People respect those who can stand on their own 2 feet. A man who depends on a woman for financial support loses respect instantly. A man who tries to buy her loyalty loses respect even faster. But the man who is balanced, who takes care of himself and contributes without being desperate, earns admiration. Women want a partner, not a dependent. They respect the man who doesn't need them but chooses them. Most men fail here because they think money is enough to secure loyalty. They believe, if I give her everything, she'll stay forever. But giving without boundaries creates entitlement, not respect. She may take, but she won't admire. True respect comes when you set standards, when you know your value, and when your financial stability reflects strength rather than desperation. The stronger move is to make money part of your foundation, not your identity. Let her see your stability through consistency, not through bragging or buying. When she respects your discipline more than your dollar amount, attraction grows. Because women don't admire men who try to own them. They admire men who can't be owned. So remember this. Financial stability isn't about making her dependent. It's about making her respect you. And respect is the deepest root of lasting attraction. Point 6, stability gives you freedom, and freedom is attractive. The 6th role financial stability plays in attraction is freedom. When you have control over your finances, you aren't chained to desperation. You're not stuck in jobs you hate, trapped in debts you can't pay, or begging for opportunities you don't want. And most importantly, you're not forced to tolerate toxic relationships out of financial fear. That freedom is what makes you truly attractive, because women can sense when a man moves by choice, not by need. Here's the truth. Women aren't drawn to men who are stuck. They're drawn to men who are free. A man who has financial stability carries himself differently. He doesn't panic over bills, he doesn't cling out of fear, and he doesn't compromise his standards just to keep someone around. That calm freedom radiates power. It shows he's not with her because he needs her to survive. He's with her because he chooses her. And choice is always more attractive than neediness. Psychologically, freedom equals abundance. When you know you can handle yourself, you stop acting desperate. You're not begging for love, attention, or approval. That lack of desperation is magnetic because it communicates, I'm already fulfilled. I don't need you, but I'm willing to share my life with you. Women find that irresistible because it flips the script. Instead of you chasing them, they start chasing you. Most men fail here because they let money control them instead of controlling money. They let financial stress dictate their mood, their confidence, and their decisions. And when a woman senses that your entire energy is tied to financial chaos, she loses respect. Because no matter how much you say you're confident, your lack of freedom exposes your weakness. The stronger move is to use stability as a foundation for choice. Build your financial life so solid that you never have to compromise who you are just to survive. That way, when you approach a woman, it's not from a place of scarcity, it's from abundance. You don't need her to complete you. You already stand whole. And when she feels that, she'll respect you more than any man trying to buy her with flashy gifts. So remember this: financial stability doesn't just buy things, it buys freedom. And freedom is the sexiest thing a man can carry because it shows he's in control of his destiny. Point 7. Stability proves you can handle pressure. The seventh role, financial stability plays an attraction, is proof of how you handle pressure. Life is unpredictable. Emergencies happen, opportunities come and go, and storms hit when you least expect them. A man who is financially unstable crumbles under pressure. He panics when the car breaks down, stresses when rent is due, and loses his composure when life throws curveballs. But a man with stability? He doesn't just survive pressure, he thrives under it, and that calm resilience is magnetic to women. Here's the truth: women don't expect you to be perfect, but they do expect you to be strong under fire. Financial stability is one of the clearest signals that you can manage stress without losing your frame. When you have savings, investments, and discipline, you don't panic when problems arise. You handle them with confidence. That calmness makes her feel safe, not because of the money itself, but because of the strength it represents. She knows, if life gets hard, this man won't fold. Psychologically, this taps into women's survival instinct. For thousands of years, men who could handle external pressures were seen as protectors and providers. Today, that instinct still runs deep. A man who collapses under financial stress feels unreliable. A man who holds steady under pressure feels powerful. Women are wired to respect that strength, even if they don't consciously say it. Most men fail here because they hide their instability behind confidence they don't really have. They act calm until the bills pile up, then their energy shifts into panic, anger, or desperation. Women notice. And once she sees you lose yourself under pressure, she starts doubting you. Doubt kills attraction faster than anything else. The stronger move is to build resilience before you need it. Create systems, savings, and habits that make you unshakable. When problems hit, and they always do, you'll already be prepared. That preparation lets you carry yourself with calm authority no matter the storm. And that presence is what women crave. Not because you're rich, but because you're reliable. So remember this: financial stability is more than money. It's proof of character. It shows you don't fold under stress, you don't panic under pressure, and you don't let life break you. And that kind of man isn't just attractive, he's unforgettable. Conclusion. Now you see the real role financial stability plays in attraction? It's not about showing off wealth or buying her attention. It's about what your stability represents. Money itself isn't the magnet. The magnet is the discipline, the security, the ambition, and the leadership it signals. A stable man proves he can handle pressure, build a future, and move with purpose. That's what women respect. That's what draws them in. Most men make the mistake of thinking money is enough. They chase flash, spend recklessly, and brag about what they have, all while hiding chaos beneath the surface. But women can feel when it's fake. They're not fooled by gifts or empty promises. They're drawn to the energy of control, calmness, and direction. That's why even a man who isn't rich yet but is disciplined and ambitious often outshines the so-called wealthy man with no stability. So remember this: financial stability is not about being flashy, it's about being solid. It's not about spoiling her, it's about inspiring respect. And it's not about money being the prize, it's about money being the proof. Proof that you're a man who leads himself, handles pressure, and lives with purpose. That's the kind of man she never forgets.